Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of Aeon Tresspass Odyssey. This is all the other material other than the core game that was originally done through the crowdfunding page. The Kickstarter is completely delivered, I believe, to me. This is all that is left. It's just like I say, all that is left. It's another huge box the size of the other one. So this is a monumental amount of stuff. I'm excited to dig into it. If you're interested in seeing anything about Aeon Tresspass Odyssey, there's a ton of great playthroughs out there. I have done a few. Zach over at Loquitur Gaming has done quite a few. And he is actually planning to return to Aeon Tresspass Odyssey, so go check out his material. It's really fantastic, and he's going to be continuing on in this game. I also was hoping to continue in this game. When the original playthrough that I did, I kind of stopped it because Colin and I thought we might jump back into this. But we haven't had a chance to do that yet because right now we're live playing Kingdom Death Monster, usually about every Tuesday or Thursday, depending on how the family falls based on availability. So if you're interested in Kingdom Death, we are doing that live, but we're hoping to get to Aeon Tresspass Odyssey in the near future. But let's take a look at what is inside of this box. And if you're excited to do that, then I need you to meet me at the table.
High class roller, find yourself on top of a hill. You buy yourself a first class bungalow.
Before we do start the unboxing, I do want to mention if you're interested in learning how to play Aeon Tresspass Odyssey, Paul Grogan over at Gaming Rules, I'm going to make sure, if I remember really good, I'm going to try real hard to put a link in the description of this video. He did a series on how to play Aeon Tresspass Odyssey. It is phenomenal, teach you everything you need to know, so please go check that out if you're interested in diving into this game. The first box I have is, I believe, one of the stretch goal add-on, or one of the add-ons I did. I think I didn't do many of the add-ons. I think I just did this one. It's the only one I've done, and these are the tiles that make them turn the cards into these awesome tiles. I pledged for this stuff. This is I'm really excited I did that. The core game, it really makes it awesome. These tiles really lay out there nicely. It's super cool compared to just using the cards. But of course, the cards are fantastic as well. But I like having those neat little tiles out there while I play. Moving to the actual game itself, I'm going to do my best not to spoil things, but this is the continuation of the other cycles from the core game. I believe the core game was the first 3 cycles, and this is going to be cycles 4 and 5, I believe. I could be wrong. Now, of course, there is another Kickstarter, of course, that has not delivered, that is in production right now, that continues. This is an absolutely enormous amount of stuff. Now, for those of you that don't know, this game box, as you can tell by how small my hands are compared to it, is over 2 feet long. And the size of this box coming this way is over a foot long. This is not one that's going to fit into Calyx. So just be aware of that when you're picking this up or if you're thinking about getting a hold of this game. All right, we're going to dig into what is inside this box. The first thing we are going to come to are the punch boards. Now, these are going to be used for when you are fighting the enemies. You're going to be placing these down onto the board to cause different parts of the game to have terrain and things of that nature. And these are all usually based on the actual enemy you're fighting is how they're going to go. It does have a start of battle phase here. So we're going to put these aside. We're going to jump back into these momentarily. Let's take a look at all the other things we have. This one says do not open until told to do so. So we're not going to do that. This one also says that. This one probably says the same thing. All right, we're not going to open any of that stuff. That's for sure. We do have our cycle books. And like I said, there are 2 cycles left. I believe the 4, 5, and 6. 4 and 5, sorry, 4 and 5. 1, 2, and 3 were all done in the actual core game. And here's all the material that you're going to see here. Now, returning to some of these punch boards, I'm not going to know what a lot of this stuff is, but like I said, most of it's going to be used during the different battles. Now, I know this thing is kind of up backwards and upside down. I can flip it over there on this side. These are not as dual-sided as some of the other tiles. I think these are over here. Yes, and these are the different story markers right here, the story tokens that we have. This is going to be our intermediary battle, I think token of some kind. What we see here, the rest of these are all going to be used as different terrain. Some of them are going to be used to track different things on the game that are happening, even during the battle or on the side of the game. These up here are going to be petrified vents that we'll have to deal with. I believe one of these is kind of an aquatic type one, so these are vents. These are going to be I think there's like 4 or 5 of these different black abyss tokens, and I think these kind of move around the battle as you fight. I could be wrong. Of course, I haven't fought any of this stuff before. We have light walls down here. Not sure what those are going to do. If we flip this over, on the other side, they are different. These are dual-sided. I was completely wrong. 100%. These are going to be like Irem tokens. Again, not sure what any of this does. We have our ecology tokens over here, these two type of things. And if you notice the light walls, they've now become like our trenches. So again, I think it's an aquatic thing, and so these are the trenches over there. The other punch board has tokens that are going to be used for the game itself, along with a few more things like these are Irem cities up here on the top. The other things we're seeing on here is I believe these are, yes, over here on this side, if you can see them there, right there. These are going to be oxygen tokens. And on the back there are Aether tokens right here. Up on the top we have Midas tokens is what they're called. Some more Kratos tokens down here. These are flare tokens in this area. And again, more story moment tokens here. And then these are also going to be used during the story phase and potentially during some of the combats as well. They're all different types of tokens, like for example, these nymph tokens here. And the Ura Fleece token over in this area. So lots of cool things on these punch boards. We're going to set them aside and dig more into the box. And again, I'm not sure how much of this I can actually show you. I mean, technically the stuff that's in things like this, I'm not gonna be able to show you. These boxes, for example, unless the stories may tell me to open them right away, but I haven't gotten to dig into the stories. I'm still on number 1. These are the cards that have been replaced by those the tiles that I have, the tile expansion. So these are those cards there. We're not gonna need to look at those. I've already seen some of the tiles, which are pretty awesome. I'm super pumped to get to these miniatures, because for those of you that don't know, this company makes amazing miniatures. So let's open this up and take a look. Into the Unknown Studios is just bonkers awesome when it comes to miniatures. Check out this guy hanging from a pillar with some super 4 arms and things of that nature. That's awesome. It looks like another piece of an enemy that you're gonna be able to put your characters on top of and potentially have an advantage against it from up on top of that of the top of this thing. Let's see what else we have. We have some more of these Titans. These are absolutely awesome. Oh, shield. Looks like something almost like a space age type thing. That's pretty awesome. This person looks cool. Look, just walking right into battle, just like that. Super awesome. That's pretty neat. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, look at this guy. This character right here. It's carrying the weight of the world. It almost looks like Atlas or something, carrying the weight of the world. I wonder if that thing broke. Oh, no, they're just supposed to hang off, so it's not broken. All right, that's awesome. All right, let's see some more of these guys. Look at this. Look at this. He's using his hair or something to be able to throw things or create things or break things. I don't know. It looks pretty awesome. That's all I know. This person's got a crab hand and a whip. That's pretty sweet. Oh, look at this guy. Just like, look, he's even got the bell mask. What do you call them? I forget what they're called. The underwater masks. This guy looks super cool. Looks like an enhanced version of the bad guy from one of the Scooby-Doo episodes I used to watch a long time ago. All right, that's one set of miniatures. Now, of course, I'm sure there's 2 layers of miniatures here. Oh, and another thing is I believe these are going to be the smaller versions of some of the bigger ones you see. I failed to realize this when I first did a playthrough of this. These are the ones you're supposed to use when you're out on the tiles or those small cards. Being able to move this across the board instead of putting the big giant miniature out on the board. So I'm just gonna move this aside. I'm obviously not gonna open any of this stuff here. I might be able to look at, nope, it says no trespassing. It says do not look. So none of that stuff we are going to look at. But we are going to look at all this. This is absolutely awesome. Oh my gosh, these are super, super cool. Let's take a look at some of these. Again, here's another part of an enemy that you're gonna be able to stand on. I'm sure it's like something like this guy. Yeah, here, I bet this just fits right in here. Or maybe it's the other tail that I saw earlier that fits into there. What's this dude all about? This guy you cannot jump onto, but look at this guy. This guy's got, oh, he's got a big face right there. That super looking cool dragon thing. That's awesome. And I'm sure maybe this is, oh, this thing all comes apart. Oh my gosh, that's pretty amazing. Maybe as you damage this thing, it kind of comes apart and like you're showing that you're doing damage to it. Again, I have no idea. I've never fought any of these things. I don't know anything about these. I've tried to not learn a lot about it because I want to be surprised when I play the game. It's even got the thing coming straight through here. That's pretty awesome. It's like in his robes coming through. Oh, this guy looks so cool. They have really outdone themselves with these miniatures. Again, we have a boat that we can stand on top of, and we're fighting inside the water. We'll have a boat we have to stand on. Is this our boat now? Has it changed? Maybe it's a new boat we can ride, fly, or drive around on in the water. That's pretty awesome. All right, I think we're coming to the end. We've got a couple more of these things that we can stand on. Again, not sure which one goes here, but something does. I think it was probably from the last one, but that's okay. You get the idea. These are different points of usually on monsters that you can stand on as you're fighting them. Okay, I think that's it for the monsters. And move this thing right here to get to all of these cards. Again, a lot of this stuff, I'm probably not going to show too much of it, but we'll take a look at what we can. Hopefully there'll be some really cool things. We can maybe look at a couple of the body parts from some of these amazing monsters, and maybe a couple of the AI cards. We're not going to look at anything that says no trespassing. That is not going to happen. Now I'm hoping that with sleeved cards, these are all going to fit back in here, but again, I am not sure. I can't guarantee that. Let's see, maybe if I remember what actually went places, I might actually be able to tell you. The last one you were able to, but it was a really tight fit. I don't see that happening in this one because you only have about that much room. And these are tight, they're not tight fit, but they're loosely put in there. I would say unless there's something, oh wait, there's this part right here. You can put all the cards in here. Yeah, I'm sure this is all going to fit in sleeved, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Because I sleeve all my cards, and so it's nice to know that I can fit the cards back into the actual box that they've provided with these sleeve cards. All right, let's quickly take a look at some of these. The first thing they have here is an upgrade pack. This is going to be all the things for the upgrade pack. Let's quick take a look. The first thing is they do have some of the story cards here that you're going to be replacing. Everything in this upgrade pack, you're going to locate that in your original game and discard the other thing and replace it with this. It looks like one of the tiles is going to be replaced, which is sad because I have the tile upgrade. I wonder if they have the tile upgrade card in the other one. Hopefully, we'll see. Some of the different cards for our enemies are going to be in here. This is going to be, the God form is going to be replaced. There is a sticker that looks like it's going to go on rule book page 66 for a restricted trait. And then a couple of weapon upgrade weapons are going to be changing, I'm guessing. So this is the upgrade pack. It does come with a thing telling you exactly how to do it. It just tells you to take all this material, go to your original game, pull out that stuff, replace it with all of this, and you're ready to go. It is upgraded and everything is made so that I think it's kind of any of the FAQs or balancing issues and things of that nature are now all complete with that. This guy looks absolutely bad news. I don't think you want to meet him in a dark alley. I don't think you want to meet him in a lighted alley. I don't think you want to meet him at all. This guy looks bad, bad, bad. And just like the other enemies you fight, this is the level 1, and on the back there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's just one of the enemies. Here are some of the bigger cards. Again, if I'm spoiling anything, I apologize. I'm not sure what I'm able to show. I just remember 1A is usually something that is where this thing starts. So hopefully this is an okay one to show. This is one of the Doom ones, and I believe somewhere in here there's going to be a 1A for the real one here, for the good side where you're supposed to put the other tokens. Now remember, as this game goes, when you get Doom tokens, it's going to progress the story in the bad way, where if you get these tokens, it can progress the game in a good way. The rest of these are all going to be story type cards. I don't want to show too much of the story type cards. We do have some of the bad guys. We have a Midas score. We have this guy. We've got, there's the Babylon Lunacy. That's awesome. We have a Darka. We have the Dragon of Phobes. That guy must be this guy here. Maybe not. Maybe it's this guy. Maybe it's awesome is all it is. Oh, here's the Meducatos. The Meducatos. That must be this thing here. That's pretty cool. Keeping a look at here, we have Titan X. Then we have some of our Titans. We have like a Shadow Dancer, a Cloud Soarer, Wish Ender. We have a Lunarander, Immortal Truth Bearer. Look at that guy. He looks so cool, the Immortal Truth Bearer. I apologize if any of this is being glared. I'm trying my best I can. So those are some of the bigger cards. There are so many cards, I can't pick them all up to show you. I'm just going to show you parts of them as we go. The first set of cards I have, these are going to be your technologies as you go forward in the game. You're going to get points during the story to learn new things for not only your ship or for your Titans, or they could be for your civilization itself. And you're going to be able to gain these and then put new ones into it. And then you're able to bring some of these into the different fights as you go forward and give yourself the ability to not only bring abilities in, but also craft different new and exciting items and weapons and armor and everything to be able to help you be able to defeat these things, or give your ship extra bonuses moving forward, as maybe it could, instead of just being in the water, it could go onto land or things of this nature. So these are all the different technology cards that are found in these 2 cycles. And I'm now 100% not sure if this adds right onto the tax rate into it, or if every cycle is played individually. I apologize for not knowing that information, but that is a lot of technology. That's awesome. Next, we have all our different terrain cards and traits for some of our enemies that we'll be fighting. For example, here's the light wall. It tells you all about this. So if the light wall's out there, you can have this card next to it and be able to have that available to her. Here's our petrified vents. So we'd have the information on the petrified vents. I am kind of moving fast, and for those of you that have never played Aeon Tresspass Odyssey before, I did an unboxing of the core game, and like I said, this is the second shipment, so this is the second part of it. You could check out my core game unboxing, and I believe I go over a lot more of the mechanisms that are for this game in that. Again, I'm just quickly showing some of the stuff that's part of this. Here's some more Memnos cards. These are things you're going to gain once you start learning a little bit about your character and the Titans and things of this nature. And then as you level up, you're going to gain special abilities and things that you can use for those characters. Their characters are going to have these abilities that they can use not only in battle, but maybe outside of battle, and which would be pretty awesome. Now we also have faded Memnoses as well. They're on both sides of these. These are going to also be things you're going to gain through the campaign. Some can be good, some can be bad. The Memnos and faded Memnos are going to be parts for your character. Now here are all the different cards for the enemies. That's going to have hit locate or body parts, and they're going to have IA cards and signature moves and a whole bunch of things. I'm going to take a look at one of them and give you an idea of a little bit about one of the type of enemies you're going to see. This is an enemy during the 4th cycle. I believe it's the first one you're going to fight in that cycle. Again, I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but it looks like it might be. So I'm just going to show you kind of one of the different body part cards. Here's one of them. It's a Mighty Claw. Or is this the eye cards? Nope, this is the body part cards. If you fail, it's going to perform its signature against the attacker. If it's wounded, it gets Imperial Impetus. Critical, deal an additional single wound. And it has 5 Aeon Tresspass in order to beat through it, I believe. If I remember how it plays now. Oh, here's its status card and its routine and its signature. Does that say perform its signature? Perform its signature. Let's check out the signature of this monster. It's going to target the furthest in front, then target the Titan in sight. Then it's going to move and attack all Titans in its path. If you have 7 or more fate, you're going to ignore that preceding knockdown. -1. Each hit deals 3 knockdown. After final attack, Imperial Impetus, whatever that is. Let's see, is that any of these things? Nope. Okay. So that's one of the body part cards and its signature. Let's look at one of its IA cards. It has Wing Flap. It's going to target the furthest. You roll 3 dice and need a 9+ to evade this. The way the game works is the monsters get a chance to attack. When they do, you're trying to evade the attack. It's not them trying to attack you. Move and attack, -1. Each hit deals 3. Air Burst 2. Knockback 12. Oh my gosh, that's pretty awesome. So these are pretty awesome. Now that's all of the cards. Look at these. These are just the normal size cards. Let's take a look at the smaller ones now. Looking at the smaller cards, the first thing we have, so many. We have over 300 different gear cards here. Now, of course, this does span 2 different cycles, plus some purple ones as well. Oh my gosh, there's so many cool things here. I need to get back to this game. I need to get back to this game now. This game is one of my favorite games I've ever played, and I stopped it because we're thinking about doing it live. Oh, I'm dropping cards everywhere because they're so good. But I just wonder if I should just start playing it. I know, like I said, Loquitur Gaming, I think, is planning to continue his Aeon Tresspass Odyssey playthrough, so please go check out his channel. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video if I'm smart enough to remember to do that. But so many awesome cards flying all over the place. These are just the gear cards. We also have different pattern cards now. These are going to replace what's written originally on your Titan, and these will change then as you gain Rage, I believe is what it was. You're going to be able to get different Kratos tokens you can put in based on your new patterns that you might be able to place onto your thing. There's also a flip side here too for these as well. I kind of go through kind of some of the stuff. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. All right, let's continue on. It looks like we have ourselves some new Titans as well. It looks like there's about 9 of them here. These are all new, sorry, not Titans. These are Argonauts. These are new Argonauts that we can play with in our game. Look, these are super, super cool. And they do give you, now every one of these does have like a bonus down here because you're going to be making potentially skill checks through the game, and you can add these to it. And then it gives you a little bit of backstory on them. But remember, it's the Minmos cards that are going to tell you a little bit more about these. We have different clues and ciphers for the game as we go through it. These are all going to be used in the game. When it tells you to grab a clue number, you're going to grab clue 2B and you're going to use that then, or 2A. These are all all clues we're going to find. I'm not going to show any of these. Then we have new exploration cards. Here are a whole bunch of exploration cards. Now remember, in the first one, you're able to build an exploration deck, and as you go forward in the game, it'll tell you to take cards out, replace them with other ones, but this is how you're going to get materials you can use to craft, which is how you're going to make all your awesome gear. Like you can make a quicksilver bow as the game goes forward if you had the right technologies and you had the right materials from your explorations, or of course beating up the bad guys, getting rid of all of those colossal, huge, giant things. On top of that, we do have specific cards for some of the enemies I believe we fight, and some new condition cards based on the type of cycle we're in. There are some trauma cards, and remember, when you make your trauma deck, some of the trauma cards are based on the actual cycle that you're playing. So for example, we can get a trauma wishing for a wish. Cycle 4 only gain a wish keen condition cards. You're going to get that if you hit this minor trauma. That's some of the minor traumas. These are, I believe, more of the pattern cards, or actually these are the pattern cards. The other things were not the pattern cards. The other cards, I'm not exactly sure what they are. I apologize. These are the pattern cards. These, I can't remember what these are. All right, so that's really all the small cards in the game. And we have one more thing. Look at this die. It's a new die. Look at this thing. This thing has so many different symbols on it, and successes and dots and things of that nature. I think it's called the Mortal die. I could be wrong, but that is the new die that they've added to this game. So there you have it. That is the unboxing of Aeon Tresspass Odyssey's, I guess, second wave of shipping. This is super cool. Oh, I need to get back to this game. I've just scratched the surface of Cycle 1, and now I've got 4 and 5 in my hands. There's so many to play. Look at all these awesome things to fight. This guy looks so cool. I am super pumped again to get into this game. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when more content comes up, and I will do my best to try to get back to Aeon Tresspass Odyssey. Also, feel free to leave anything in the comment section below. I would love to hear from everyone. Has anybody actually made it through all 3 of the original cycles and are all set to start number 4? I'm not. Not even close. Gotta work on that. Gotta work on that. Maybe that could be my New Year's resolution, is actually playing through an entire cycle of Aeon Tresspass Odyssey. If you're interested in supporting the channel, the link to the Patreon is located in the description of this video as well. Those that have joined the Patreon are shown here on the screen. Thank you so much for your patronage. It means the world to me. The Patreon supporters get a few perks. A couple of them are they get to watch all of Colin and my playthrough videos, usually about a day or 2 ahead of time without commercial interruptions. On top of that, when we play giant campaign games like this, we ask our Patreon supporters which characters they would like to see you in the playthroughs, or once we start playing it, we also give them the option to help us decide how to progress our characters moving forward, and potentially making some story moment choices in the game so that they can help affect the way the game is played. So there you have it. That is Cycle 4, and also we now have Cycle 5 of Aeon Tresspass Odyssey. Now, if you're excited to see more Aeon Tresspass Odyssey or anything else that Colin and I have coming up, then I need you to meet me at the table.